Well, folks, they're trying. It's pretty obvious over here. Um, and yes, all the deep state is complicit. Now, there are some interesting takes from that. Number one, clearly Jennifer needs to take NutraSwish because her hair has turned really white over the last couple of years. So I'll send her a bottle of Neumi. Number two, and we're going to talk about them crumbling today because it's the big time. But there is something interesting that she said, and it just doesn't add up to me. She said the strikes were from F-15s and F-16s. So we're clear, those planes are 30 and 40 years old, those jets. Since then, they've had F-18s, they've had the updated F-18As and so on and so forth. I know because my son worked on those. And then they go to the F-22s. They have the F-35s. And we have those stationed out there. So I'm not quite sure why we would be using such old planes to do these airstrikes when even Syria has technologies where they could pull a non-stealth plane out of the air. I'm not trying to say this is fake. I'm just saying it is very weird that they're still using those jets. Those jets, by the way, the F-15 is my favorite jet, so I'm very familiar with it. But those jets are the ones that we traditionally now sell. We use for training. The F-16s we use a lot for training, and we sell these jets to our allies and our lower tiered allies, not even our top tiered allies. So it's very weird that they would use those jets. So I haven't wrapped my head around it, but something, we just have to say it when it feels like that, something feels off to me. So welcome to SBG News and Views with Robert Imbraeli and Louis Herms, my buddy. Please, while you're here, like, subscribe, do everything you can to help us bust these algorithms. So if you're here right now, like it, share it. Thank you very much. And subscribe. And unfortunately, guys, if you're subscribed, check your subscription because I almost said the F word, some effery, not that I wouldn't say it here, but some shenanigans, some weird stuff is happening. And unfortunately, your subscriptions are dropping. And then we're getting reports from many people. They go back in and they're like, hey, I'm unsubscribed, but then they resubscribe. So we're going to talk about right now how the deep state is crumbling and in every aspect. And it's actually kind of fun to watch. So we have to try to keep a high vibration going on. And there's a lot of good things going on. So let's first watch this video, but I want you to notice this is Nikki Haley, and this is bad acting, the worst acting imaginable. So she's clearly an actor. She's not running for anything. So, Robert, you notice the smirking, the eye rolling, the weird looks back and forth. Like she's like, okay, my facial expression needs to be like this at this moment. That's not even B acting. That's C acting. It's just ridiculous.
It's well timed though. She got it right. The eye roll. I mean, and they had the camera on her, the close up, and it's like she just did it so well.
It was so obvious, though.
But it was scripted. I think what you're trying to get at is very scripted, and you could tell.
100%.
Yeah.
She knew what was coming. She
Yep.
hit her line. She hit her spot.
Yep.
And I'm just like, are you kidding me? It could never be more obvious to me. I don't know.
So let me ask you a question, Louis. What do you think the real purpose of these debates are?
To wake people up. And we're going to go into that a little bit more because Ramaswamy, actually, the Swami has a whole bunch of disclosures and things that he does during the space. So
Yep.
that's his point. That's his purpose there, right? Even though we know he's a deep state actor also, which we'll prove at the end also. But maybe he's being puppeted by a good guys now because this is all about waking people up, and this show is doing that, exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
And it's getting exciting for me now personally because every day we can report on another niche out of the deep state armor and they're not recovering, and it's just so fun to watch.
I think there's a big piece here too that they need FaceTime. They need to get on the camera. They need to do something that's shocking so they get the camera on them because they have ostensibly a national audience, which they really didn't with NBC. The New World Order Broadcasting Corporation. They didn't have a very large audience because there's a Democrat audience, right? And they're not going to watch a Republican debate, but they want to get on the camera, so they've got to do the shocking thing. They've got to do that thing just to stand out. And they were talking about DeSantis and saying he didn't stand out at all. He completely flopped last night.
Yeah, there's a total. Well, again, are they actors? I'm not even sure anymore. I just watched this stuff and it's just total BS. And I don't. In the past, I think it was all about getting FaceTime. I would think right now, this is all about disclosures. And she was looking like she was offended. She already knew what was coming. I almost think they did this in the back room before they came on. That's how scripted it appeared.
They were clearly coached. I mean, come on. The timing was just, it wasn't organic. It didn't feel organic. No part of that felt organic.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I mean, you remember the line that won Reagan.
Leave my family out of it.
Do you remember the line that won Reagan the election, right? Against Mondale? I think it was Mondale back then.
It was against Mondale.
Yeah. He promised. He said, "I know I'm not going to make age."
The age thing, yeah. I'm not going to hold your age against you.
Right, your youthfulness against you. Now he won the election on that. I mean, So I think there's a piece there that they have to stand out in some way. That what separates them? They're all the same.
And they're not. They're all done anyway.
Oh yeah, there's no way they can win anything. We know that.
Their combined efforts times 2 couldn't beat Trump in a primary.
Yep.
So
all of them together, if they put all their votes together, still couldn't beat Trump.
Multiply it by 2, they still don't equal
get there.
President Trump.
But I still contend that they're there for a reason.
I think it's disclosure.
It's disclosure, and it's also from a personal perspective, all the money that they raise when they suspend. They never end their campaign.
Yeah.
They suspend it. They get to keep all the money.
Yeah, you made a good point with that before, and that's true, and that's what these deep state douches do. They'll raise a lot of money, and if it looks like they're losing, which they are, they start saying, don't spend it, don't spend it, don't spend it, don't spend it, and they build their coffers up, and then they suspend their campaign, and they get the money.
All right.
How does that work, by the way? How could that be righteous?
So in 28, you and I are going to run for president. And I'll call you names, and you can call me names back and forth. We'll end our campaigns with millions of dollars in the bank. How's that sound?
Right. You white-haired so-and-so.
Don't vote for Herms. He's going to raise your taxes. I'm telling you.
Herms hurts. Herms is a worm. It's crazy.
We can walk away with a lot of FaceTime and a lot of money, campaign money.
Yeah.
It's a quick way to become a millionaire, honestly.
That's crazy. So let's dig into this deep state meltdown. This is a great image. Let's pull up the Dems can't win image. Look at this, guys. It says, I support Israel. Islamophobe. I support Palestine. Anti-Semitic. I support Palestine and Israel. No Muslim votes. No Jewish votes. Or like me, I don't support either side. You must pick a side. It's true, though. This is a beautiful illustration because it really is what's going on right now, and it's funny because they're eating their own, and it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, and we can take heat from not taking a side. They can take heat for taking a side, taking the other side, right? And you have all this battling going on. It's like the perfect storm of division. It's like there's no side you can be on where you're not going to be attacked. There just isn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the deep state is now being divided, and they will be conquered, which is great because the Dems are all deep state. There's no two ways about it, and a great percentage of Republicans are deep state also.
Yep.
That's just the fact.
Yep.
So the deep state Democrats are literally being divided and conquered because they're going to eat their own, which was predicted years ago that this is the way it was going to go. So it's interesting how every bad thing we're finding a way, we being the Patriots and President Trump, finding a way to just tear apart the bad guys.
Yep.
And it's really fun to watch. They're so clueless. Babylon B is catching on to that too. Look at what Babylon B has to say. Israel to buy weapons from America with money given to them by America to This is the one joke that they made that's actually all true, though.
It's accurate. How can you laugh at it? It's accurate.
It's fully accurate.
Yeah.
Usually they'll use some truth and kind of make it a funny, right? Not this.
Oh, the way things work here is crazy.
So let's get serious. So, were you able to get that video about saving Ukraine?
I got that video on saving Ukraine, part one. Let's fire it.
Let's play it and then just pause it after he goes through. So this is Blinken, I believe. Is this right? And he's going to lay out I call it the deep state plan to save Ukraine. So at every point, we're going to pause it real quick. We'll just do a little short commentary because it'll show you how the deep state is falling. It's so fun, guys. What a great show you're here today.
I actually have it, Lewis, in 4 pieces.
If you hate Trump, hang up now because we're going to have a lot of good Trump stuff today.
So I've got this in 4 pieces, Lewis. So we'll play one, and then you'll commentary, and then I'll play the second one, so we don't have to worry about pausing it. It's chopped up.
Cool.
Today, we also focused on our enduring support.
All right. So they're already saying a 1-year plan. So we know one year plan is they're trying to keep us in the war for another year. And everybody should know by now this is a proxy war. Russia's even called it, or Putin's even said this is a proxy war. So he's calling it out. The deep state is all in on Ukraine still, and it's a total loser. So what do? They said they want to keep fighting for one year. So that just means money. So what do you think about this, Robert?
Hang on. Let me switch back here. I got that's not going to work. Let's go here. Let's go here instead. Okay. Well, it's not about the war, first of all. So that's the first misnomer. You can't win. There's no way Ukraine can win. It's about the money. And where does the money go? It goes to Ukraine and makes a what? A U-turn and comes right back.
Exactly
into the Democrats' back pocket.
Oh, and the Republicans, too.
Well, the Republicans are complicit, obviously, because he was voting for it, right? The Uniparty.
Whoever votes for it is getting a kickback. That's all you need to know.
Yep,
right?
Clearly.
Would you agree?
Clearly. Well, there's no and keep funneling money there because it's helping all of us. Stealing money from taxpayers,
Because right now, Russia's doing great with oil, natural gas, gold, believe it or not, their own currency, you name it. They're going to be able to thrive with no problem whatsoever, and they can finance this thing forever. And without us putting our own latest equipment on the ground with Americans running it, there's no chance for Ukraine. And we know that. So it's exactly what you say. Yeah. It's just a financial boomerang that they're throwing out there. So they're using Ukraine, which we know they were doing in the first place, and they feed their own pockets. Anybody votes for it, they're a deep state shell, for sure.
Money laundering, 2 words you need to know. If you don't know them already, we're teaching you. Right? Agreed. Part 2.
Second, build a world-class military force to ensure maximum deterrence for the long term and make clear to President Putin that he cannot and will not outlast Ukraine, and he cannot and will not.
So my guess is, and this is where we got ourselves into a lot of trouble in other wars, is that their intentions are to send people there to train them on the ground, probably in Ukraine, and those forces, as they always have, will end up turning against us in the future. We've trained so much military opposition against ourselves. It's crazy, historically. So if this is even true, and I just think this is a money laundering thing, just like you say, but if it is even true, that's one of the biggest mistakes they should do in an unstable nation. That, by the way, they're the darling. Exactly opposite from Trump. Trump was the darling until he ran for office, and then he became he became the devil.
Yeah.
It's just, watching the deep state's fun.
So who are these other countries, Lewis, that are partaking? The 28 other countries that he says are supporting this.
Whatever the countries are, they're completely controlled by us.
They have to be, right? Deep state.
They're probably smaller, except for Britain. Britain and Australia are probably all in on this, and Canada, right? But other than that, there'll be smaller countries that are United States puppets because we funnel money to them.
Okay, so deep state, WEF, all these countries that are run by that side of the cabal. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep, so ridiculous.
Oy.
Third, kickstart economic recovery and growth, and bring more hope, more opportunity to the Ukrainian people.
Okay, so here's my question. Maybe you can answer it. How? So you have another country, what they call invading, on all the borders, right? How are they going to... What? What happened?
Invading on all the borders? I've seen the videos. They're by the pool. Right. They're having pina coladas. They're having a good summer.
I was just going to say the only way, that's funny you'd say that. I was going to say the only way that they can do this is through their hotel and luxury venues. Because it's just ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Every politician's gone over there into the war zone.
I just don't think it's even close to the numbers that they portray. And I mean, why from every side do we constantly find out there's fake videos and fake images over and over and over and over?
Fakery. Yep.
Literally there were video game images that came out of Ukraine as if they were actually happening.
Yep. And what was that? Unreal Engine is the software that they use in video games to create the scenes. And there was one that's been going around the internet. There's a car and it's on fire and the camera's panning around it. And they go, this isn't real, but it looks very real. I mean, that's why they call it Unreal Engine, is the name of the software that they use to do that. So you're seeing this stuff, but how much of it is actually happening, we don't know.
You're having mic breakup, just so you know.
Mic breakup. No, I don't want mic breakup. Okay.
It's popping a little bit.
They want Ukraine to stand strongly on its own 2 feet.
Whoa. Your volume is all jacked up right now.
How badly is it jacked up?
Oh, very, very loud. I hear a fan in the background.
Oh.
They're talking now?
And I lowered it too, which is interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're better.
All right. Yeah, maybe a Zoom implement. You know, they may, because I'm watching on the Wirecast and it looks like it's pretty stable. So I may be just sending too much audio to you via Zoom because you're on a different audio feed than the rest of the people.
Yeah, it's really loud on my side, so maybe that's it. And actually, just let's ask the audience, guys. Is mine and Robert's volume, are they pretty level to each other? And are you hearing popping?
Popping.
Bang.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on number 4?
Well, number 4 is that, they're saying, hey, let's have Ukraine stand on its own 2 feet, and I'm like, well, how?
President Trump. Hands down, no doubt about it.
Yep. So they're saying our audio is good. You're just a little low, but I pumped you up a little bit.
And I brought my microphone closer to me also.
Okay, yeah. So, hey, what a day.
So the Wicked Witch is back in the news, huh?
Yeah, isn't she? Shall we play that video? I mean, I don't want people's screens to go busted on me now. You know what I mean?
I know, guys. You're going to be careful. Be really careful.
Yeah,
you guys you may turn to stone. Medusa's up next.
People would get legitimately elected, and then they would try to do away with elections and do away with opposition and do away with a free press. And you could see it in countries where, well, Hitler was duly elected, right? And so all of a sudden, somebody with those tendencies, those dictatorial, authoritarian tendencies would be like, oh, okay, we're going to shut this down. We're going to throw these people in jail. And they didn't usually telegraph that. Trump is telling us what he intends to do.
So this CGI AI rendering of this reptilian, I'm super echoed, by the way, Robert.
We're echoing like crazy. I'm wondering what's going on here, but okay.
So
I think I got it.
This CGI, it's definitely CGI AI rendering, whatever that is.
Actor, maybe, because it doesn't look like her at all to me. I don't know.
Does it, right?
Yeah.
And she's projecting
Yes.
big time. And this is what the baddies do. When they have nothing, they start projecting what they are about, and they're as close to Nazis as possible. So of course they're going to call President Trump a Nazi because they need to deflect.
Yep.
Very interesting. Now, there's a group called CARE, which is they support Arabs in general, so on and so forth. They're pretty radical, in my opinion. In fact, they've been very interesting, though. They were, I believe it was today or yesterday, they were, it was this in D.C., and they have the right...
It's 2 blocks from the White House.
2 blocks from the White House. Okay, great. So they have the right message, but for the wrong cause. So, folks, imagine when they're talking about the deep state. And this message will blow your mind when you hear it if you think deep state. And this is, again, projecting.
Well, we have some breaking news. This just in, Comer issues additional subpoenas to Hunter Biden's associates, including art galleryist and Dem donor who purchased Hunter's art. So those were subpoenas from yesterday, and there's new ones that just came out today.
That is excellent, because when that happened, we said right here that artwork is a money laundering operation.
Of course it is. How about $500,000 for here's my art? Come on.
That is beautiful. Yeah. Love. Oh, we're having fun.
It's almost like if you put the word consulting. Well, what did you sell? I sold consulting. Well, what is that? It's my mind. It's my thoughts, right? It's my ideas. Art is the same thing. It's like, how do you put a price on it? Well, whatever price tag's on it, that's what it's worth.
This is so beautiful. It's like we're watching the Tower of Babylon just start to crumble in front of our eyes.
Yep, literally, huh?
Yeah. People should be so excited about this stuff. And there's more today. This is all in one, guys. We put all this together just today, right? The Minnesota Supreme Court flatly rejected a bid to block President Trump from a primary ballot. They're like,
not happening.
Not going to happen.
Yep. Let's see here. I don't have that. Yeah, there's that photo. Okay. There she is. There's the judge.
He said, sorry, not going to happen. I'm telling you, they are falling and falling. This is fun. We're going to have a lot of fun in the next couple months, I have a feeling.
I personally am enjoying this period. I was listening to SG and On's latest post. He did put it out, I think it was yesterday, and he was like, Patriots, this is like the best time ever to be living, and we're seeing all these changes. And I was like, I didn't agree with it at first, but the more we dig into this and the more of these stories that pop up, and we realize there's a little win here, a little win there. It's those little wins that start to add up, and they create the momentum, which we're in. We've got a little bit of momentum now, and we'll continue to have momentum. And you know what happens? That snowball starts out at the top of the hill. It's very tiny, no problem. You can step on it. At the bottom of that hill, you ain't stopping that sucker.
Right.
You know,
the big mo is here. We're definitely in the momentum phase.
We are. Yeah,
it's fun to watch, and they're crumbling like crazy.
Yeah, disclosure is leading to momentum.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Hey, folks, do you have little furries running around? And I'm not talking about the humans that pee and poop in a litter box. I'm talking about actual, real, beautiful, loving pets and animals. Well, if you want them to be forever young, just go to sbgpets.com, sbgpets.com. I believe it's the best food, the best supplementation, the best treats, the best toys on planet Earth for the little ones, for the puppies and the kittens, and I'm telling, even the horses. And I'm telling you, the results in my family of pets are phenomenal, and I'm hearing so many results. And an indication that this stuff is working so well is I'm watching the repeat orders of the same people ordering monthly now. So clearly they're seeing a difference. So guys, go to sbgpets.com. You will not be unhappy with that decision. I've got my own Lewis in the news.
Lewis in the news. The House is doing something funky today.
They are. In fact, I believe they're rewarding the FBI a $300 million headquarters. Oh, so they're going to give the FBI $300 million. They're going to build a beautiful headquarters for them. Oh, because the FBI is so awesome. Oh, guess when they announced this, by the way? Right as their FBI is on a manhunt for a J6 protester. There you go, guys. You're doing your job. You go after them, put all the pieces together, and you go get them J6ers, them evil J6ers. Bring all your teams together with all your weapons, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to build you a huge headquarters worth $300 million. What the? And it seems like the only one pushing against this is Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. Well,
again,
and right before November 11th, too, Veterans Day, right?
Yeah, and didn't, was it 70 Republicans voted for this?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, there are no words. I'm never speech. I have no words for this.
It's just, man. So I believe this could be another optics thing. Maybe they're going to do so good, just frustrating America. We're like I'm going to be a mouth breather, and by the end of the year, I'll just have drool coming out of both sides of my mouth, and we probably won't even have a show by then. I can't believe what I'm saying.
So we're thinking they're going to disband the FBI. That's what we're thinking.
Yep.
And instead they reward them.
Crazy, right?
Backwards world. We live in a backwards world.
Well, the good news, when I first read this on Gateway Pundit, and I don't know if you can grab it up, it said the House rewards FBI with $300 headquarters.
I know, I saw that $300. They forgot the million.
I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I'm in. I'll vote for that one.
I'll even chip in 100. Hey, come on.
Exactly. I bet you we can raise 300 right now
Yep.
for their headquarters. Boy, so that would be a tree stump with rope to tie the bad guys to.
Can we?
Oh,
can we?
Lordy.
Yeah.
So, you know what though? Trump's doing his job.
He is.
Let's play this video and listen closely to what he's saying, y'all.
And by the way, right now you have the largest caravan that anybody has ever seen walking through Mexico and making its way into your country. It's a disgrace. We will prosecute them for
the Israel support are more optics to keep the deep state from getting the people behind them. So he's slowly getting there, but I believe he has to intentionally play this game in order to survive, to help us. Now, it is all about we the people, but we sure darn now will need President Trump's and the military support. So I'm very excited that things are going in the right direction. So much so, there's a fellow patriot, which I'm not going to name today, you'll find out tomorrow, that everybody knows. He did a wonderful job with a remake of a beautiful Patriot song. So I asked him if I could have the privilege of producing a video for this. It's going to be finished tonight. It will be premiering here with Bruce and Robert right here tomorrow. And
You're giving us that gift? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yes, you guys get to premiere it.
Wow.
And you already saw it. You and only you, the singer of the song, and my wife are the only three people other than me that's seen this so far. So without giving it away, what do you think about that video?
Oh, it's like a 12 on 10. Really, really well done. Really well done.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a tearjerker also.
Yep.
I could tell you when I was premiering it with him today, he was bawling his head off. Over the last few days, and I was up until I think 12:30 last night. I woke up 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning. and I didn't get to work right away. But when I did get to work around 6:30, 7 o'clock, I was just right back in it, and I can tell you that I cried at least 7 to 8 times putting this video together.
Wow.
It's so inspiring, though, folks. I believe I'm very proud of it. He's very proud of it. You guys are going to be in such a treat tomorrow. And do him a favor and this movement a favor. Make sure you're here tomorrow, and then we'll give you the links to where you can fire it out there and share it over the weekend. It'll be well worth it.
Awesome. Fun. Republicans, I hear that they are actually losers. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Well, just all you have to do is ask the Ram. Have alluded to that in the cages thing. Now, there's some inside baseball here, which I'm happy to report. I happen to be talking to 4 people at the time. I can't say who. This is a little while back, not too long ago. And they were on the phone with Joe Rogan. And no, I'm sorry, Tucker Carlson. And I was right there with them. And they're on the phone with Tucker Carlson. And they were trying to put together a debate of President Trump and RFK Jr. And President Trump agreed. They couldn't quite get RFK Jr. on the same deal, but while they were working on it, they were calling, guess who? They were calling Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and they were going to call Elon Musk. So I think it's interesting that he threw those names out and suggested that those are the 3 people that should be hosting a debate, because this is the 3 people they were recommending at the time to host that debate. What was interesting, so they got Tucker's buy-in, and they believe while he was there, they texted or called Joe Rogan, got his buy-in, and then there was a nice little friendly argument that took place, and one of the guys knows Elon Musk really well, and the other guy is saying, can you just get Elon on the phone and let's get this trifecta, let's get it sealed. And he's like, I'm not calling him Elon, because I can tell you one thing about Elon, he's not going to do it. Elon's more concerned about his shares of his company than anything else, so he would not put himself in that position. So he refused to call him. But that's a little inside baseball for you guys, which is kind of neat. I would never talk about that unless this came out now. So I thought it was very interesting, because those are the exact same 3 names that they were on the phone with and floating just a few months ago. So clearly that's going probably with inside the beltway. That's who should be doing these interviews. Never know. Maybe there will be some type of a debate in the future like that. We'll see.
Wonder what role Vivek is going to end up playing. Will he be in the administration in some way? He's saying all the right things, but we know that a lot of it is scripted. We know that it's being fed to him. We know that it's not original thought. We'll see.
Well, okay, he's either playing a part or he's deep state, and we'll prove that at the end of the show today with a video.
Yep.
So I'm not quite sure where it will go.
Well,
and become a deputy for freedom.
Let's talk more about this. This is an important development, something you've been working on for some time. This was an idea that popped out of the ethers, literally, for you. It just was given and downloaded to you. So it's not like, hey, Lewis has got something to make some more money. You know, we have always got this idea that we're going to be helping we the people and supporting we the people. Right. Yeah.
It's cost me a lot of money. I don't have a way to monetize it, but it is what it is. I believe this is the most epic tools, plural, for we the people that there are. And one of the best tools that is coming up real quick, guys. And I know it's been delayed. It's cost me personally, my family, a lot of money to put it together. And then it's, we're going back and forth and have to tweaks on it because we don't want it to go out until it's working, but we think it's there. It's an app where you can connect to Patriots virtually anywhere, and you can geo-target, and you guys can connect together, and as soon as you need to, you can go activate. You can go create your own meetings, create your own events, go to an event, create a protest, go in and boycott someplace, go into a board of supervisors meeting all together at the same time with the same message, and make a difference. That's just one part of it. It's going to be up on Google Play and the iStore. Don't know how long it'll last on that, but we have a backup. on rememberyourearth.com that you'll be able to download it in case it gets taken off of there.
Yep.
All you do is just go there, put your email in, just say you support this idea. That's it. If you want to get something, there are t-shirts, and they're for cost. We put them out there for cost. So go get a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, get them out there for cost. There was a delay because we misspelled everything. So then we had to reorder everything, but now they're in stock and they're getting ready to print right now. So you guys will get them very, very, very quick. But rememberyouroath.com will blow you away.
Just correcting the typo, Denise had posted it and forgot the 2 forward slashes in the domain name. Thank you, Denise.
Oh, thanks, Denise.
So I just reposted it there so we have it in there. Yeah, I don't know. Domain names can be so challenging with the colon and the forward slashes and the W's, and there's got to be an easier way, right?
Well, the fact that there's a colon in it sounds like it's pretty shitty to me.
Yep. Yep.
Dad jokes. That's going to be my claim to
Those
fame.
are tech jokes. Yep, we got those. We've heard them for many years.
So now people's favorite part of this presentation, this show, this broadcast, will you say?
It is a broadcast. We're broadly casting to a wide net to, what do we have?
For the word cast. Woo, we're spellcasters now.
Denise, no worries. We're not attacking you. No way. Thank you so much for everything that you do. We love you.
I'm deleting Denise right now. We're done with you. We love you, Denise.
No worries.
All right, so let's go to the WTF moments, which is a lot of fun for everybody. The conspiracies are now going to start entering the mainstream. And the conspiracies aren't conspiracies. You conspiracy theorists, you are having your day of recognition coming very, very soon. I would suggest you refrain from the I told you so's, because there's going to be a lot of pain associated with that.
Can't continue.
No.
Can't continue.
Nope. It's so guys, you're not getting the credit for it, but that number is 4% because of you.
Yep.
Because you were getting the word out. Because it sure wasn't the mainstream media getting the word out. You were letting people know. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. We are making so much traction, guys. I want your hope to be really, really high. Keep that vibration up, but activate. You must activate. Go to rememberyouroath.com and activate. But while you're here, do us a favor and click, like, follow, hit the notification bell, right? And make sure you're subscribed here for sure.
Lewis, where is the notification bell on Rumble?
Is there not a notification bell?
That's a YouTube thing. No, it's not here yet. There will be one eventually.
But what do you hit to notify? Because I know I get notifications.
That's automatic. When you follow a channel and you interact with that channel within a period of time, like in the last 10 days or something, you'll get the notification.
Wow. It's always Techie Robert that has to explain things to me. All I do is I sit back and I take my Neumi every day and I spray my face. Maybe so I'll understand this stuff better. Maybe I'll start taking Herms.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Gonna put hair on your chest in the wrong way.
You know. So, guys. My wife's coming in here and says, Robert, you are incorrect. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a notification bell.
Tell me.
It says it right there. I'm looking at it.
I'm looking at it. That's the bell for notifications that you're receiving. So somebody texts you or somebody puts a comment on your channel or someone that's not the reminder bell. It doesn't operate in the same way that YouTube operates.
Oh, really? That's weird.
It's notifications. In other words, if somebody's on your channel and they commented on your video, you'll get a notification. Or if Rumble wants to reach out to you for some reason, that's where that'll go. But that doesn't notify you. I had this conversation with Joe and Scott last year. You know, having a big subscriber base is really great, but the reality is, unless they're interacting with the channel on a regular basis, they don't get the notifications.
So that doesn't even make sense. So if the people click that notification bell, they're not getting a notification of
Correct.
our show.
Yeah.
Do you have to opt into that separately?
No, it's automatic with Rumble.
I can't believe that they're signing in for that without knowing.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Well, when you sign up for an account on Rumble, right? That's the way you can like and share and be in the chat room. You got to sign up for an account. They have your email. And then what they're doing is they're just using an algorithm and they're saying, okay, which channels, number one, do you follow? And number two, do you interact with? And then when they go live, then they'll send you a notification because they think, well, that's a channel you like. So we'll notify you.
That's crazy.
So you don't have the option yet. Probably it'll get developed. Interesting note, the person who founded Rumble was at Mar-a-Lago last week when they did the screening of Police State. And he was talking about how difficult it was to see all Patriots being censored. And literally what tipped him was when President Trump got kicked off of Twitter and then off of Facebook, right? And he said, this is ridiculous. It can't be. So that's really when Rumble came out and they took a stand and they say, we're not going to be into censorship. Now, there is some censorship on there for violence and drug use and the stuff we're kind of used to, but not political speech. He said specifically they're staying away from that. They're not touching that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm still concerned, though, that they're trying to get on NASDAQ. So that's a concern, but we'll see how it goes. Folks, by the way, if you do want to get notifications, just go to screwbiggov.com and just put your email in there, and you will get notifications from us every single day and for a lot of other stuff that we do also.
There's a lot of the stuff that we have. Look at all that good stuff.
Good stuff. So go to screwbiggov.com and you will get notifications for the shows. Do you do that for your website, Rob?
I do. On my website, they do have the opportunity to grab some goodies there as well. And all my social links are there, renegademedia.tv. You can sign up. It's free to sign up. And then the social links that you can click on, go on all the different social media. But follow Telegram, Renegade Media on Telegram, because I post all the videos. After we're done with the show, I go there and I post all the videos so you can share them and download them and laugh at them again if you like some of the things that we had here.
I love that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing that extra work too. So,
can't wait. Can't happen soon enough.
Wow. I'm telling you, it's the floodgates are now open.
Yep.
It's going to be, I felt like today and last night when I was researching the news, I felt like I was drinking through a fire hose.
I'm going to tell you, it's been feeling like that. There was a couple of days, 3-4 weeks back, where we were like, gee, what are we going to talk about today in the news? What are we going to talk about? And the opposite is true now, where what's happening is there's so much, and you say, okay, we've got to sort through, we've got to triage, because we only want to have about an hour and a half show. We don't want to go for 3 hours, 4 hours, because we could. There's so much. And I was just looking, Louis, you gave me the layout for what the show was going to be earlier today, and I went on there, and some of those stories have already updated, right?
Yeah.
And it's just coming at us and coming at us and coming at us. So it's a treadmill for sure. We're sprinting right now. It'll settle down when we get to the other side, but we're in it now. We're in the thick of it for sure.
It's amazing. But you know what? We're having fun, and we just got to embrace it. But now it's the time to push forward. People think this is the time to sit back, and I've said this sincerely. I believe 90% of the work is already done by President Trump and the military. And now, but I just had this talk with somebody today, and we're in agreement. They're not going to do anything locally. I've been saying this for years. They're going to do zero locally for you. You need to get active. So everybody has a chance now. And I appreciate you watching here, but if you're just watching, you're really not doing anything. That does mean that your impression in your couch is going to be longer than the impression you left in the sand when it's all said and done.
Yep.
So get out there and get the work done. And if only a tenth of us get together and get it done, it'll get done in months, not years.
Denise is saying that in Rumble, you can turn off notifications. There's a setting in there to turn off notifications if you don't want them from some channels. So I'm going to go explore because I know things are changing all the time. My information may be a little old. I'd like to know if you can actually turn on notifications, or are they on by default and you get the option to turn them off. So I'll go dig.
I figured you just hit the button, but I am not the techie on this channel. Robert is. So if it works, blame me. If it doesn't work, blame him.
Yeah, look at all the technology I'm surrounded with here. It's like, what in the world? We have a big plan for December 30th that Lewis and I are going to be working on. We'll be releasing details probably next week on that, and it's going to require me moving my studio to a larger spot. So I'm going to be doing that over the Thanksgiving break because we won't be here on Thanksgiving. I think both of us are going to be eating some turkey, and on Black Friday, I have to go to the mall. It's Black Friday. As a marketer, why would you not go to the mall on Black Friday? I tell you what I do every year is I go to the mall, and not necessarily to buy, but to look, right? And what I look for is I look for the signs. How is the economy doing? And there are some years you see the mall full, parking lot full, hallways full. Nobody has any packages. Very few people with packages. And there are other years where you go in and the shelves are stripped bare in all the stores and people are, 5 or 6 shopping bags each. So it gives you a really good indication of where we are at the economy. So I'm not expecting great things, but I'll report back when I get there and tell you what I see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Tomorrow, be here for Robert and Bruce's show, and there's going to be a amazing reveal of a video that I hope it brings as much tears and joy to you as it did to myself, the singer, and my wife today. It's really good stuff.
It is awesome, I can say, because I've seen it. I haven't seen the final, but I've seen the draft 1 of it, and it is really, really, really good. So I'm looking forward to. You're going to join us tomorrow if you have time. You're welcome always on the show, obviously.
I will probably to premiere that video, and then I'll step away.
Okay. But you're welcome to stay for longer. You don't have to run away.
I appreciate it.
We love you. We love your input. And the three of us, boy, what a triangle that is. Fantastic.
All right, my brother. Take care. I'm
all
glad
right,
you
everyone.
didn't say menage a trois. Thank you.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Love you all.
Good night.